What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk to you about the modifications that I did to the bike before my last track day and how I went. So if you have seen the videos, you would have seen that I installed the Graves progressive throttle tube on this GSX-R. This is a K4 model, and you also I would have told you that I have used the Galfa H8 sintered the 1370 compound on the bike, just to sort of compare it to the 1375 compound. So here we go. As I said in the intro, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about the Graves product. It's a short review, there's not much really, it's just a little throttle tube, but it does a great job. I am really happy that I actually changed over and used this throttle tube instead of another kit, because it does a fantastic job for the money, and also because it fits into the OEM throttle tube and it uses the standard cables, throttle cables. It definitely has about I don't know, between 10 and 15% less twist than the OEM throttle tube. So let's say going down, like let's say first lap, I straight away noticed it. First out lap, coming out of turn 3 at Phillip Island, powering onto Casey Corner, the bike felt like it had at least 10-15 horsepower more, and also just like to get to the wide open throttle was so much shorter. And in the past, the OEM throttle felt like I was twisting like all the way down, like the acceleration until I have to change the gear. I felt like I was twisting the throttle the whole time, and it just felt like it was never going to end that travel. Whereas with this, it's very progressive. Actually, it doesn't feel like it's powering on like straight away all the horsepower. It felt really nicely progressive, and that's why I like the name of that's why the name is actually progressive throttle. So it felt fantastic. It definitely helped me get my personal best on that day, and I really like it. It fits pretty much, fitted well. Like I obviously had to modify the throttle inside of the throttle body, which you have to do with when you're replacing this the OEM part. The great thing about this part, or this accessory, is that you can put it onto a different bike. So you can, eventually, if you want to change bikes, whatever, you can take this one, take it out, put it onto the new bike, and still have the same amount of throttle travel, twist, and also same feel. And so the new bike will feel kind of familiar, right? Unless your new bike has a lot better throttle than this one. It also works well, and it is designed to work specifically for the bikes that have ride-by-wire throttle. So it will actually work better than the OEM throttles on those bikes. Also, it is designed to smooth out that initial application of the throttle that gives you on those new bikes that initial nudge. So coming, let's say, out of a slow turn when you're in first gear and you have to power out, you will be a little bit smoother than the OEM throttle. So it's a great accessory. It's one of my favorite changes that I've done on this bike yet, and I'm silly that I haven't done this change sooner. Alright, I also did the as I said, changed the pads to a 1370 compound from Galfa. Now the Galfa pads that I had on before are the 1375, and I wanted to see the difference between the performance. And one thing that when I changed the Galfa pads, one thing was very obvious for me, especially the 1375 compound. It got rid of the brake fat that I had at tracks like Broadford, where the hard braking is much sort of harder, like you brake a lot more, and the track's a lot more physical. And I used to have, when I was doing sort of like every session, at least two or three laps, I would have fairly significant brake fade. And when I swapped to the 1375 compound initially, got rid of that and performed really well. Same thing at Phillip Island. The feel, the power of the pads was phenomenal. So I wanted to see if the 1370 compound, which is just the HH sintered compound, would be the same, or how much, or if there's any difference. And honestly, I couldn't tell any difference from performance, and I think that's mainly that the 1370 compound is good enough for my level of riding. I think I haven't reached the level of riding where I need the ceramic 1375 compound or the racing compound yet. So because I'm only doing one high 158s around Phillip Island, I'm doing about 1 minute 10 around Broadford. So compound like the HH sintered is good enough, and also it's a little bit cheaper, and also it has a longer life as well. So if you're in the market for something like that and you are doing sort of high 1 minute 40s, 50s on Phillip Island, the 1370 compound is the way to go, because it has amazing feel, just like the 1375 compound. It has amazing performance. It's tops hard. That I have not had any brake fade, and it's a little bit cheaper, so it's more affordable, and yeah, you'll get the best performance. And yeah, there you go, guys. That's the short review. Make sure you hit the like button if you like these videos, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you get notified when new videos are coming up. We have a lot more videos coming up. We'll be installing some new parts, as I published on Instagram as well, on the GSXR. So the rotors on the GSXR are due for a change, so we've gone with the Galfa standard floating rotors with some nice good looking blue rings and some blue Litec bolts to match the rings, so that the front end looks nice and neat. Got some Gale Speed brake master cylinders coming up, and also we're going to do a 520 conversion on it. So stay tuned.